Okay, today's lesson is graphing using slope-intercept form. Okay, so here is the equation we will be using. Y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, so we've learned that that's the rise over the run, and b is going to be the y-intercept of the graph. Okay, so example 1. We're going to go y equals 4x minus 3. Okay, so first thing I'm going to say is that this is the y-intercept. Right there. So negative 3 is the y-intercept. And this is the slope. So it's rise over run, but we have a 4. So if I want to make that into fraction, which I need 2 parts, I will go with a 1 on the bottom, right? 4 is just 4 over 1. It's going to rise 4, run 1. And since they're both positive, rising is up, positive, running is right when you're positive. So from this point, you need to go up 4. So that's up 4, and then over 1. And that's your new point. Up 4 over 1, or up 4 right 1. And you can continue doing that, but once you actually have 2 points, you can make your line already. Okay, example 2. Y equals negative 3/4 x plus 2. Okay, so this is my y-intercept. So there's my 2. Okay, so now this is my slope, which is rise over run. So negative 3 over 4. So this would be negative. So I will be going down 3. And then this is positive, so I will be going right 4. So go down 3 and right 4, and that's your next point. Okay, next example. Y equals x minus 2. Okay, so here's my y-intercept, so that's where I start. My y-intercept. Okay, and the coefficient in front of that x. This is a little tricky, but what is the number in front of there? It's a 1. It's a 1x. So your slope is 1. So as a fraction, that's 1 over 1. So you're going to go up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. So, I mean, you could keep doing that. And you have a line. Okay, next example. Y equals negative 3x. Okay, so when I look at this mx plus b form, there seems to be nothing in the b spot. So b is really 0. So there's my b, there's my y-intercept. And my slope is negative 3. So if I want to do that as a rise over run, negative 3 over 1. So I'm going to go down 3, right 1. Down 3, right 1, and there's my line. Okay, another example. Okay, so on this example now, y equals mx plus b. it doesn't look like that. So I need to try to turn it into that. So the goal is to get y alone. That's the goal. So I'm going to move the x term. So 2y equals negative x now on that side. See how I'm trying to line it all up with an x term and a number. So now that x is negative on that side, and now I'm going to divide everything by 2. So y equals, and I'm going to make this a negative 1/2, because really there's a 1 there, plus 6. Okay, so now I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my starting point, my y-intercept. And I can see rise over run, so I'm going to go down 1, right 2. Okay, also you can connect past knowledge. What is my y-intercept? If I cover that up, my y-intercept is 6. And what's my x-intercept? So if I cover up the y term, my x-intercept is 12. Right? Can you see how that's also happening here? If I keep going, this would end up at 12. Okay, last one. Okay, so I'm going to, let's do it the intercept way first, because I can do this one with the intercepts, and then we'll do it our slope-intercept form. So the y-intercept should be 3, and the x-intercept would be 5. So that should be our line going through those 2 points. So let's change this to y equals mx plus b form. So to get y alone, move the x, so it's a negative 3x on that side. Okay, divide everything by 5. So y equals negative 3/5 x plus 3. So my y-intercept is 3, and I'm going to go down 3, right 5 as a slope. So starting at my y-intercept, I'm going to go down 3, right 5, and I got to the same thing.